All right, Hicks. Time to kick everyone out. We got players only.
Can't wait.
We are joined by Anaheim Ducks goalie Lukas Dostal. Lukas, thank you for joining us. How are you, man? Where are you at right now?
Yeah, I'm at home. Thanks for having me, guys. Just at home. After practice. Take it easy today. Had a game last night, so. Yeah.
So you were busy last night. I was watching the highlights this morning. I'm seeing a competitive side of you. I reached out to one of your teammates, Ryan Strome, and I said, what do I need to know about this guy? And he said, he's competitive, and I have fun in practice. For a young guy, he understands that when I score and I give it to him and give him a hard time, if he stops me, he'll give it right back to me. Is that something that's been part of your demeanor all the time, is not wanting to let pucks in and having fun with your teammates? And who's the guy that you love to stop the most in practice out of all your teammates?
I love to stop all of them, obviously. No, it's been something that I've been, trying to always, just keep in my game. That's how I feel I can always get better, to stop the guys at the practice. And it's always like, I'm trying to, the guys are tripping me a little bit. I'm tripping them back, but just like in the fun way, in the competitive way. And I think it makes us like just better. Everybody makes it better. So, but I don't know. I'm having always fun with Stromey. It's actually like we chirp each other all the time. So, it's fun. It's fun.
It's not rare to see a competitive player from Czech Republic. They always kind of have that little grind to their game. I played with a lot of them, but what brought you into playing goal? What happened? How did you start in hockey? Where did you start? What position were you playing? When did you move back to goal and find the passion for the game back there?
So actually, my parents always wanted it. I'm just gonna play some sport, to be honest. And I started playing soccer. So I was playing soccer for like 2-3 years, and I was like, okay, I want to try like something else. Obviously, the kids, they switch the sport. So suddenly my mom just said like, what about hockey? So my dad was first like, nah, probably not. I'm not going to play hockey. But so my mom brought me to the practice. I actually liked it pretty much. And so I started as a player, played probably for like 2 years, and then switched to the goalie, and just stuck with it. And by the age I was like 13, 14, I was still like deciding because I was playing the soccer that time. So I was still deciding like if I want to play hockey or play soccer, but I switched to hockey, and glad I made that call because it was a good choice.
Yeah, you made the right choice for sure. And so growing up in Czechia, Dominik Hasek was before your time. Do you go back and watch his highlights, or did you have another Czech role model as a goaltender that you wanted to be just like?
So when you kind of like growing up, you're always in your own team, and our own team back in Czech. So I'm from Brno, so we had a goalies there. So as a kid growing up, I didn't know much about the NHL, to be honest. So I was always look up to the guys that they were always in our like a pro team. But by the age I was like 11, 12, you start to get know more about the NHL, about all those guys. And my role model like growing up was Carey Price. I was watching Carey Price quite a lot, and Henrik Lundqvist. So it's probably those two goalies from the NHL.
Decent, two pretty decent players. I get asked this question a lot, and maybe you can fill us in a little bit too, a fellow countryman on your team. What's it like to be a teammate with Radko Gudas?
It's unreal. He's such a like family guy. I absolutely love him. So before the camp, I was with him for like 14 days, like almost like 20 days before the training camp, and it was so nice to like get to know him and meet his family. I was almost like an uncle to his kids. So it's always fun to see them and just like play with them. And he's just unbelievable. Like he always pranks me in the locker room. Like sometimes he just hides my shirts, and like just like I always call him because like, or sometimes he just like hides my shoes. I'm like 20 minutes trying to find it. I can find it. So I'm like, Yeah, and I call him after, and I'm like, "Goody, where's my shoes?" I'm like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." I'm like, "Man, like, just tell me. Like, I just want to leave home already, you know."
All right. So
uh,
Corey Schneider and I were talking about this the other day. You know what a good prank would be? He's probably not watching right now. So grab like one of his Apple earbuds and just hide it for a while. You know, like one of those in your ear. Just take it from him and hide it. Like when he's not looking, that'll get him back.
Cruel. Yeah. That could get.
What a nightmare that would be.
Yeah.
Hey, you lose one.
Let's hope Radko's not watching right now.
He's not watching.
Yeah,
Playing with his kids.
I changed his visor once at the practice. I changed his visor. It was pink, so it was pink. So, but the funny enough, he actually said he liked it. So that didn't work out. But yeah, so yeah, but we're having fun. He's a good guy.
So,
I really like him.
Let's talk about another one of your teammates. I want to talk about John Gibson and what's your dynamic like, because it's been his crease in Anaheim for so long, and you've come in and played really well. It seems like you guys have a pretty good relationship between the two of you.
Yeah, 100%. I always remember Gibby. I remember when I was like my first camp with the Anaheim Ducks, and I saw him for the first time, and I was like, wow, like that's John, like he's playing the NHL. That's so cool, and suddenly now I can be with him in the tandem. So I have still like so much respect for the John, and I'm just glad I can be like, just be with him, and he always like gives me that support, and that's, as a young goaltender, you always appreciate to have like a veteran around, and it's like I'm just he's a nice guy, so I'm just happy to have him here.
Now, Lukas, have you made any purchases recently? Maybe any jewelry? I heard you might have purchased some new jewelry. Care to share that with the folks at home?
Yeah, I bought a watch. I bought a watch. I'm just wondering how
are you wearing it right now?
Know that? No.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are you blushing?
It's fine.
Yeah.
I got a watch on. Tix does too.
Yeah, I have a watch on.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Ari. Good for you. You earned it.
So I bought a watch. Yeah. I always wanted a watch, so I saw like a bunch of guys wearing the watch. So me and my buddy from back home, he was always like talking about the watches. So I kind of like got into it a little bit, and I saw a bunch of guys wearing the watch. So I was like, yeah, I wanna get one too for myself. So so I got a watch.
Hey, it looks good.
You
man.
gotta tell me. Yeah, you gotta tell me who taught you that.
I can never reveal my sources. Actually,
You got to steal one from Radko now. That might
it wasn't Goody though. It was not Goody.
No, that was Stromy for sure. Or Frankie.
Take me through. I'm interested in the transition from a goaltender from Europe or Finland, where you played some hockey, into the NHL, because the biggest thing is the size of the ice. It's different everywhere. Mm-hmm. What was that transition like for you from a goalie's perspective? What is harder about playing on the NHL-sized ice than it is at international sizes?
I would say speed. Everything happens much quicker. The guys drive much more to the net. There's much more traffic because obviously there's less space, so everything is more tight. So, but technically, I feel like I didn't like adjust much, but I feel like I got like more kind of the compose, and I needed to be much more like a smoother with my movements here, because in the NHL there's like such a great shooters. Everybody can shoot the puck, so there's kind of the difference compared to Europe, that sometimes you can get away with something, but here you have to be very precise and always on point, or otherwise guys gonna beat you. So and there's a lot of like different situation here. The guys, they try to like shoot from the corners, in Europe it doesn't really happen. So there's a lot of like differences, but I would say the speed is the biggest one.
Yeah, you mentioned you got to be smooth. So let's talk about being smooth off the ice. Our understanding is the teams collaborated with Vans, and you got to go to Vans headquarters and pick out some shoes. Are you into fashion? Are you a sneakerhead? Is that something that always interested you? How did it come about?
Honestly, I had honestly like no idea about like collaboration or anything. But growing up, I was wearing the Vans, so I was like, yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool, like to go to the headquarters. And and me, Frankie, and who's there still with us, Rico. So we had a chance to like design our own shoes, and now there's that obviously the collaboration for the fans as well. So I think that's so cool. So yeah, I think the Ducks are the only team that I think actually they collaborate with the fans ever. So I think that's pretty nice collaboration, and yeah, I think the fans gonna love it.
That's awesome, and you wore them growing up too, so you can make your own now. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. We're gonna show you some photos. We're gonna ask you what you were thinking when this photo happened. It could be a video too. We're gonna do a little bit of both, but you just tell us what your headspace is going through. All right. Here's the first one, and I think this one will be memorable for you.
What were you thinking here?
So I got puck behind the net. I saw like there wasn't that part of the forecheck, so I just like tried to shut the puck, but when I shoot the puck, I actually fell down there.
That's
and
so
I
good.
didn't. Yeah, you guys saw it. So I actually fell down, and I'm like, okay, where's the puck? Where's the puck? And there was a bunch of guys in front of me, so I couldn't really see the puck. So I look at the screen actually. So I saw the puck going in on the screen, not with my real eye, not with my own eyes. So yeah.
Oh
But
man,
it was a pretty
so you
cool
didn't get to
moment.
see it.
That's going to be the first ever goaltender to score but fall down on the same play. It's incredible. I've never seen that before.
I actually fell down, and I was just like, yeah, man, like, what is happening? I just like got up quickly, and suddenly I'm trying to find a puck, and it's in the net. Everybody starts like celebrating, so I'm like, yeah, like let's go. It's cool.
Yeah, then you turned on the cellular. That was great. Was that Danny O'Regan on the ice?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
good boss.
I think I think he actually got poked to the eye from some of our teammates, I think, in the moment. So
Where's that puck
Very
now?
good
Where do you
stuff,
keep it?
It's back home. My parents have it.
Oh,
Back
that
home.
is awesome.
Back in Czech.
That's great.
Sweet. All right.
Take a look at this next one. Do you remember this moment? What you were thinking here?
Yeah, first NHL game, overtime. Then obviously shoot us right after, so it was pretty cool to experience it in my first game. Yeah, it was a big moment. So yeah, obviously the first game and something I will never forget. So unreal.
That's unbelievable.
So
that's a decent first start. Little extra time never hurt anybody.
I mean, even in overtime, I think we got. I think we stuck in our zone for almost like 2.5 minutes, or almost like 3 minutes, that the guys couldn't change. So there was something. There were like 2 posts in the same time. So I was just like, man, like if I'm gonna survive this, like it's gonna be unreal. So, but glad. It
was your night.
That we did. Yeah, it was fun. It was very nice.
A couple more here. We got. Where is this one?
It's called 1,000 Steps. So it's in Laguna Beach. So there's like a little cave. So yeah. So the picture just taken there, and yeah, it's kind of, I like always the nature. So I was playing in Finland for 3 years. So I'm a big fan of nature. You know, go to see the lakes, go for the walks and stuff. So that's from Laguna Beach.
When you got drafted by the Ducks, what was the show? Laguna Beach?
I think
like the hills. Like, did you get
way
caught
too
up?
young for that, buddy.
Yeah, but that's like a
Yeah.
crash course of getting you caught up. Do you know any of those shows? Did you watch them before you came over here to North America and to Anaheim?
No.
We got to get you on them.
We got some homework for you.
They are absolutely
All right.
epic. They're so good.
Right. What is it called? So what is it called?
The OC was my personal favorite.
The OC, but then the real life, the hills.
Yeah, watch the OC. It's a little more dramatic.
Yeah, really good. You got your work cut out, and we got one more picture for you, Lucas. Tell us what you're thinking when you see this.
I got up. I had no helmet, and usually there's this like always the scrum or whatever, but I saw the referee like right away pointing to the middle dot, so I was like, okay, that's gonna be probably penalty shot, because I saw the net almost in the corner. So I'm like, what the hell just happened? So I just got up, and I'm like, all right, 2 seconds left, all right. So I was like, yeah, it's gonna be probably penalty shot, and yeah, and I was kind of thinking because Jack Hughes was on the ice, I was kind of thinking that it might be him. So yeah. So,
Did Frank
plus
Vetrano buy you a nice lunch or dinner after that?
No, but he said sorry, so that's enough.
He was so he was so
He was so fired up to get. Oops.
he was so
Did that
subtle
look
about
bad?
it.
Did that look bad?
He barely moved the net. He was really. I'm surprised the refs
I
noticed.
don't know what happened. Yeah, when I saw it like from the replay, like after the game, I was like, he just stands there and then he like moved the net. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really know what went like through his head, but
Yeah,
you know,
no one
obviously
does.
everything worked out well. You know, it was probably part of the plan. You know, he probably trusted me. So
One
So,
more. We got
yeah.
one more for you. Ready?
all right.
What do you got there?
Oh, yeah, that was against Chicago, right? I think.
Yeah, Reichel. Crazy
Yeah,
save. Here's
yeah,
the
I
video.
remember. Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
just post
Yeah.
to post. How the groins after
Yeah.
that? No problem or what?
Oh, no problem. No problem. It's good.
Love
I think
it.
I actually caught it with my stick. So yeah, pretty
Oh,
cool
yeah, you
moment
did.
to see. Yeah, it's a pretty cool moment to see. Yeah, and I think it was a right goal. I think
Yeah.
that time he still didn't have a goal. So
Oh, that is
yeah,
correct.
so-
Poor
yeah,
guy.
yeah. So
He's another Czech too, right? Yeah.
no, he's not Czech. I think he's like a family like from the past. I think they're from Czech, but I think he's German. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, Lukas, thank you so much. Keep going, man. It's so fun to watch you play. You're kicking, getting a lot of shots, getting a lot of saves. We appreciate you taking the time, coming here on with us, having some fun, showing your personality. Congrats on that watch, man. You deserve it.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks,
All
buddy.
right. Have a good one.